Very good evening, Minister for National Development, Second Minister for Finance, Mr. Lawrence Wong, past presidents of SIA, Arcasia President, Ms. Rita So, heads of allied associations, agencies, guests, dear friends and partners of SIA. Such a pleasure to see so many familiar faces and friends gathered this evening at our 58th SIA dinner, Transformation by Design 2.0. We are entering the next phase of our transformation journey. We are also here this evening to jointly celebrate the best in our building industry through our SIA Architectural Design Awards 2019. But before that, a special welcome to some of our overseas friends, Ms. Lilian Tay from PAM, Malaysia, Mr. Jun Ichi Inada, one of our juries for the recently announced Founders Memorial Competition that SIA is currently organizing. Just a round of applause to welcome our overseas friend. Lilian, where are you? It's difficult to check. Okay, great. Okay. So again, great to have all your company. So just before that, I'd like to start off with a note of gratitude. So over the past, I would say 5 decades, there's much that SIA is very thankful for, very grateful to start off with for all of your past friendship and support. In numerous ways, you have contributed to the growth and success of SIA, to work jointly with us for the betterment of our fraternity and the built environment. And to the members, my sincere appreciation for your vote of confidence to allow me to continue to lead the advocacy of our profession. I'm truly grateful to the dedication of our 58th Council. Just to call up the face. So all the good-looking gentlemen and ladies. So special thanks to Patrick Lee, to Kwan Chi Yong, Takman, Ping Jie, Melvin and Darius. Though they have stepped down from council this term, they continue to serve actively through key committees. And on 13 March, the new council was elected, bringing new faces. And anchored by our ITM, the team continues our strategic transformation thrust to enhance the relevance and resilience of our profession. This term, we have done something quite special. Okay. So we have specially co-opted 2 of our past presidents, Theodore Chan, where's Theodore? And Mr. Ashwin Kumar, Ash. Just spot the one with the long hair, all right? Okay, as our advisor to the council, they will lead SIA in terms of our charter for international relationships as well as our IMPQS effort. But more importantly, they are part of the legacy of giants whose shoulders that we are fortunate to stand on. And at our annual presidential luncheon just last month, so the concern from all of these past presidents were heartfelt. Their energy level and conviction for our profession is still high and infectious. And honestly, I still feel full thinking about that meal, even today. But on a personal note, sincerely, I'm thankful to DP Architects and its board of directors, because with my dear family, my wife there, they've given me tremendous support and encouragement to allow me to continue to do my part and my best for the fraternity. So it's quite interesting. I was just sharing this. While preparing for the dinner, I try to get ready, be lighthearted. But the moment I put on this medallion, okay, I'm telling you, literally, you can feel the weight all on your shoulder. So every year, or at least at the term, we're reminded of the responsibility. I think not just for myself, but really as an architect that we are shouldering, not just in terms of projects, but really for the city and the community and all these people or members of the public that we hold very dear to. And as we are aware, the journey ahead remains challenging. And the global economy continues to be uncertain. We have rapid and unsustainable urbanization ongoing in the region. So the climate is really taking its toll. So I was just sharing the recent, report by Guardian was saying that July, this very month that we're in, is poised to be the hottest month ever recorded in history. So the signs are real, my dear friends. And of course, for practice, disruptive technology continues to disrupt our traditional model of practice and operations. And I think closer to back home, this chart from VCA, all right, okay, really reflects the state of affair. So we know that several years of slump in the construction sector, and there's just that light that's emerging. So signs of growth, end of last year and first Q of this year. But yet, we know that our fraternity is still facing huge challenge in terms of a very fragile and volatile market. And I think what is also challenging is, I would say not just challenging, but disconcerting, is the diving professional fees issue is still persisting, while our liabilities seems to continue to compound. At least personally, I feel that these are symptoms of issues of value system that lead us to question our relevance and sustainability as a profession. But the basketball player and fighter in me, so seeks wisdom in this quote by NBA star Kobe. So he said, where there is a challenge, there's also opportunity for us to progress. And I think many are aware, for us to truly progress as a profession, we need to reflect on our roles. So traditionally, we are known for these 4 key roles, from design, our technical capabilities, our statutory roles that we play, and of course, as administrator for project and contract. But arguably, if you look deeper in terms of our works, it also reveals critical roles that we play or has always been playing. And these are our contribution in terms of the economics or the understanding of economics, especially through design, environmental champions, as well as the social kind of responsibility we hold in our work. And of course, most importantly, how do we synthesize all these different roles as one? So beyond the first 4 roles, we have to be champions of the ethos that lies behind these wider roles in order for us to continue to create values to not just the city, but the wellness of our community. So last term, I think with the 58th Council, aligning with the national vision as well as nationwide plans, we have developed our own industry transformation map. So the mission statement was about transformation by design. So the idea is really talking about the foundation of not just our practice, but the idea of change with purpose. And of course, one of the key things with regards to this is not just only looking at our profession, but really how we are also operating as a larger part of our entire ecosystem. So we are actually entering our next phase and hence mapping out a more detailed strategic roadmap to allow us to operationalize our transformation endeavor, hence the 2.0. So in terms of the approach, it's really building on the primary framework of how SIA is organized in our 4 major thrusts of design, education, institution, as well as practice. And then the idea is that we have 4 major threads that ties and underpin the principles of our action. So this is really sharing a view how we are carrying forward some of this plan, a bit of stock take, but also about new connections that we are forging and the existing ones that we are deepening. So in design, by these good-looking men and ladies, this is where we continue to pursue our consciousness in terms of creating a larger sense of sustainability and buildability through our works. So many are aware that we have evolved our original 11 attributes of sustainable environment into the 7 sustainable design goals. This is really aligning with the UN 17 SDGs, and it allows us to continue to seek ways to drive more performance-based and livable design. And some of the other activities in terms of platform, this was last year's Archifest Pavilion. We've seen record high visitorship, 140,000 footfall in just 10 days, quite incredible for a ground-up event. And of course, there's a whole host of programs and initiatives through ArchiFest to allow us to continue to propagate the values of sustainability and good design. But this is a sneak preview of what's in store for you this year. Cool, right? Okay, so make sure, and very important, our festival director this year is none other than our local creative Alan Tay of Formworks. Where's Alan? Okay, bro, that's your benchmark, 140,000. Okay, so but important, save the date, please be with us. Here I also like to extend our appreciation to URA for being our venue partners. So they are extremely supportive in terms of this homegrown event in order for us to further our cause to really propagate the message of the value of good design. So date is there, URA Center is our key location. And of course, our SIA Architectural Design Awards remain a primary platform for us to continue to recognize the best in our industry in terms of the marriage of beauty and purpose. And this is also what that's in store for you later this evening, right? And of course, in practice, last year we embarked on a whole host of initiatives led by, again, the great team members. So this is a whole host of facilities, and this is really in terms of us responding to the very dynamic and increasingly complex landscape of practice that we are all facing. And this year, on today, this date, all right, it's also the official launch of our PMF, Practice Management Framework. So this manual itself aims to impart practitioners of varying skills with the knowledge and acumen of how do you run your architectural practice sustainably. So hard work by Catherine and all the teams. This is just an idea of looking at the structure of how the entire manual is planned. So buy a copy, all right? So next very exciting product too that is in the pipeline is our IMPQS, which is the Intelligent National Productivity and Quality Specification. That's where sometimes acronym is quite helpful. It's really the brainchild of SIA and our two allied association, IES and ACES, with strong mandate from BCA, cloud-based software that facilitates seamless preparation of specs while you detail and it intelligently help you to detect non-compliance. So covers architecture, CNS, as well as M&E works. And then, of course, there is a part two that we get back to the ground and understand key challenges and issues that we are facing. And this is really to do with our continuous combat with the issue of the unsustainable diving fees syndrome. And SIA is working hard with the Board of Architects to roll out a series of engagement. Some of you are aware, there was one by the, in terms of the Deltec survey that many of you will have probably, I think you have probably done your survey. But there's also the, I would say, the more specific discussion with 10 small, 10 medium, and 10 large architectural practice to collate data for the formulation of a recommended fee benchmark, specifically in this case for our statutory role. More details will be shared in the BOA seminar end of the August. Right, Xiaoyan? Yes. And of course, focusing on quality of work, SIA is also engaging various GPEs to widen projects pool and embed issues like values like reasonable fees for many of our small, medium architectural practices. So one of the ardent supporters here is, to kick off this, is the Marsiling UT Council, and the advisor happens to be seated here right in our VIP table, right? So in terms of the dimension of education, key ones, obviously there's a whole host of kind of programs that will continue to roll out through our re-inauguration of our SIA Academy last year. And we know that in this day and age, knowledge acquisition is no longer enough. So on top of the array of courses, one of the key initiatives they're working with BCA is the development of the skill framework for our architecture profession. Very important, because this is really driving the shift for, say, a procurement structure from something that is talking about paneling to something that is focusing a lot more in terms of skill base, right? So it's a good thing. And of course, in terms of an institution, SIA is also taking the opportunity to evolve ourselves. And this is the rebranding of our SIA CAD, our digital arm, as SIA Digital. And these are just a whole host of the different programs and products that we are generating. Key thing, hard work by Melvin. At this moment of time, I think we have also refreshed our website in order to improve the way many of our members, partners continue to connect and collaborate with us. Of course, in terms of institution, I think the focus continues to be about in and outreach. All right? Okay, just stalling. It's a sign. It's going to end soon. Very important. I think this year we have taken specific effort to reach out to members that we felt that we are already working very closely. So besides many of the agency friends from URA, BCA, and the likes of many here, this year we focus on a specific group. So we know the two schools of architecture, Department of Architecture in NUS and SUTD, were celebrating their 60th and 10 years anniversary. And of course, with the board, this is a group of partners that are fully responsible and dear to SIA in terms of shaping the lives and minds of not just current, but future architects. So we are pleased this evening to confer the appointment holders of these two schools and the board as part of our honorary fellows. All right? Very important step. Because again, I think this is seen on part of the acknowledgement, besides our very distinguished fellow life members, that there are non-practitioners within our industry that are equally important and should be seen as a close partner to us. All right? So from top, we move to broad base. And this is really talking about the key to even brighter future, which is our students. And many of you are aware, our student membership, based on the earlier constitution, I said earlier, only acknowledged students from two schools, which is NUS and SUTD. So based on the recent overwhelming votes in our online EGM, we have included the 4 polytechnics and ITE that's offering full-time architectural courses to allow them to be a part of this big family. Very important. Okay, and of course, industry-wide, this, I think Larry's word was Magnificent Seven, has also worked out wider, I think a more kind of collaborative outreach in the platform of CAC, which is the Collaborative Alliance Conference, the inaugural one, 1st October, right? Yeah, really cutting across the sector to bring you professionals and leaders for knowledge exchange and skill, but more importantly, promoting collaboration. Importantly, Rita, that's a nice angle, she always tells me. All right, so I think on the regional front, the leadership baton has returned to Singapore after 5 decades, full circle. And we are very blessed that one of our past SIA presidents is also the elected president for Acacia. So SIA is poised to build more robust networks with Acacia to work across our region, especially ASEAN. And out of Asia, we have also furthered this partnership in developing a 4-nation trust with Malaysia, Thailand, and Indonesia, in terms of these partners to look at various aspects of not just sharing best practices, but also looking at how we can further discuss issues within architecture. One of the major steps in our last meeting in KL is we all agree that our publication should start exchanging articles so that we are more aware of what our immediate neighbors that breathe the same air, facing major issues, culturally tied, are also interested and investigating. So major steps forward. So of course, I think last but not least, it's most important beyond making the dollars, all these issues, is about making the difference. And it's coming back home to serve our community. And we are proud to have CAS, the Children Aid Society, as SIA's community partner this term. And we are looking at the design of their new compound for the betterment of lives of children in need. And all this they have shared has been crystallized together with the kind funding of DSG and EY into our 3-year strategic roadmap. So from the broad vision of ITM, this roadmap has allowed us to get quite detailed into the specific areas of development. But nothing can be achieved without your continuous support. And with these plans in place, it's really our collective effort to allow us to build a more robust framework to progress the fraternity and ultimately serving the city and the community. Very detailed program. I can brief whoever that's interested later. To conclude, so of course, I think very key, I like this quote from Hugh. Yeah, always touched by it and amazed. Some of you are aware the redwood tree story, tallest in the world. And how do they do it? It's because they bind their roots together. And really, we are stronger when we're bonded together. And to Minister Wong and our esteemed guests, thank you again for your unwavering support and gracing our occasion. Winners of tonight's SIA Design Awards, heartiest congratulations. You deserve it. I think continue to push the boundaries of not just design, innovation, but imagination. And of course, to our sponsors, important, Dyson, Mitsubishi Electric, Rigor Technology, and Wine and Gourmet Friends. All the great wines that you're enjoying. Thank you for your support. And again, thank you for your loyalty with SIA. We really appreciate it. And I think important note, we also have to express our gratitude to the SIA Dinner Committee. Where's Patrick and Ping Jie? Hiding. Oh, Patrick, thank you. So all this happens because of them, all right? And of course, to our guests this evening, thank you again, and I look forward to a meaningful and fruitful journey with all of you, and have a pleasant evening.